Good evening and welcome to the news. First, let us take a look at the headlines. Shillong police conduct major crackdown on alleged solicitation in Khandailat and surrounding areas, 16 detained. Former MLA Esmatur Mominin surrenders in Nongpor police station after weeks on the run over GHADC election unrest. Long pending demand for Mausan Ram subdivision nears reality as proposal moves to state cabinet. And Shat Sukman CM culminates at Waking Ground with grand display of tradition, unity and youth participation. The news in detail, and first the local news. A vice raid was conducted on April 11th around 11:30 p.m. under the supervision of Additional SP Traffic Lovish Garg and SDPO Pinursla B. Wanswet in areas including Police Bazaar, Presbyterian Church and IGP Point following public complaints. During the operation, individuals were found allegedly engaging in solicitation and causing public nuisance in key locations. A total of 16 persons were picked up and a case has been registered under Section 110 of the Meghalaya Police Act. Former MLA Esmatur Mominin surrendered before police in Nongpor after remaining absconding in connection with recent unrest in the Garo Hills. The case relates to violence ahead of the now postponed Garo Hills Autonomous District Council elections, where his nomination filing and alleged inflammatory speech reportedly triggered tensions. The unrest led to the cancellation of the elections. Police said Mominin had been evading unrest and further legal action is awaited. Amid pomp and gaiety, the Shat Sukman Siyam, also known as the Dance of Peaceful Hearts, culminated today at Waking Ground after a vibrant three-day celebration organized by the Seng Khasi Khmer. Dancers, both men and women, adorned in traditional attire, moved gracefully to the rhythmic beats of drums and the tangmuri. Men formed protective circles around the women, who performed elegantly at the center, symbolizing respect and harmony. The festival was attended by Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong, Cabinet Minister Sanboy Shilai, along with other dignitaries and people from across the Khasi and Jaintia Hills. Organizers noted a growing participation of youth in recent years, reflecting a renewed commitment to preserving the region's rich cultural and spiritual heritage.
Belong ke shat lai sni ke belong ke si shat aingu I boleh try kan rat unong bu thau nag benda ke jingker ku bi jing bu na ke sei try na wada kini saw iyam bro de kunta so tana penyitu ipi ba kaseng kasi ke kaseng ke bele ban penne persa ya ki distur ki ti kaput katem karwai ke siau ke shat kemen padru ya ka ba menor ha ka por ba ka jing senchar kita ki kharli karyong kladan ka jing thmu ban pendu pendam no ya ka jing long tenrai ba kerpang kum ke jai kundi jing te kumta sotanat panyetu ipi akani ka jing shat hari kisi ba menta ka jing sim benta shirhem lalong khambun larung na pring na samla jingi kumjur gi berit ke thei ba chendang ba ka sang sotho e jing shong dore jong kanik shat Sukman Siyam
jing pela ngom la ban ru ka jing pela ka kawat kadon na ka kawe ka liang tolong hawa phai se ki samla ki jongi ka pateng jong ani ki pateng ma manta bat ki pateng ki ban sawan ka idon ka jing kermen beli ngom kadon ki jing kermen tolong punta Apa menciwa ni don kesat habelah kesat komen begini. Akasni bang isni lingkong ni sedon lai sni lentar kasni no kezat ni don kai sipo atau mur. Di kalau mentah teki spak mud lai don di lai so spak. Kemudian ru mo so spak na ni don binang sian no kezat. Kani kapan I ya kajing glory jung kisamla lot jung kisamla ret kan he macam rang ban I ya la kajong ban buram ya la kajong. Kabadai kamati kabai Shanghok Shanglei kabai nilai diang ti leng bak stay I kong I long shua ki man shua ki jongi.
Mawsynram MLA Olan Singh Suin has expressed confidence that Mawsynram will soon be upgraded to a civil subdivision, calling it a long-pending public demand. He said a committee led by the Chief Secretary has given in-principle approval, with a final decision now awaiting the State Cabinet. Suin highlighted that the move would improve governance, administrative efficiency and access to essential services for residents.
There is a special committee for the creation of the civil supervision, and this committee, also headed by the Chief Secretary, has also agreed in principle that Muslim is fit to be awarded a civil supervision. But since it is not only the committee at this committee to be decided, it has to go to a higher level, like the cabinet or to the chief minister. So the file is, I think, the file is still with at the secretariat, which is still pending, and we hope that the government will clear this file to grant a civil supervision.
East Shillong MLA and former Health Minister Amprin Lingdo has welcomed the commencement of services at Shillong Medical College and Hospital, calling it a major milestone for the state despite the delay in its formal inauguration. She said the priority is that the institution is now functional and serving the people, even as the government awaits central leaders for the official launch. She added that SMCH has the potential to transform healthcare in Meghalaya and reduce dependence on outside institutions.
It is the very fact that we have a functional Shillong Medical College, which is far more great than any inauguration or expectation of inaugurations by the public. We cannot derail this project and just assign the lack of an official opening vis-a-vis the actual functioning of the Shillong Medical College. And we must support this project. We must ensure that the institute, the Shillong Medical College, is preparing itself for the increase of students every year. Must make sure that all the labs, the libraries, the entire requirement, the teaching hospitals, the faculty, everybody must be on the same page. You inaugurate it, you don't inaugurate it, for me personally is irrelevant. But we must have a functioning and a functional medical college. And we must ensure that we maintain the standards, the SOPs as per requirement, because the NMC has become very strict and stringent.
A 23-year-old man died after being electrocuted when a live electric wire fell on him while riding a scooter in the Killing area of Riboy district on Sunday morning. The victim, a resident of a model village, was struck by the snapped wire around 6 a.m., leading to instant death. Locals alerted police and the electricity department, following which power supply was cut and the body was safely recovered. A candlelight vigil was held at Manipur Bhavan in Shillong on April 12, where around 60 members of the Manipuri community gathered to mourn the loss of innocent lives and stand in solidarity with bereaved families. The event saw participation from the Meghalaya Manipuri Women's Association, Meghalaya Manipuri Welfare Society and Shillong Manipuri Students Union, whose members offered prayers and paid tributes to the victims. Participants called for an end to violence and urged authorities to ensure justice and lasting peace, emphasizing unity, compassion and the sanctity of human life. Now let's have a look at the regional news. Unidentified miscreants opened fire at the ancestral home of Paresh Barwa, the commander-in-chief of the banned outfit Alpha Independent in Tinsukia district of Assam, late Sunday night, triggering panic in the area. No casualties were reported. This marks the third such incident, raising security concerns, with the family suspecting possible financial motives behind the attack. Police have been informed. Manipur Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand today inspected the upgradation works at Bir Tikendrajit International Airport, reviewing progress of the new terminal. He noted significant improvements that will enhance passenger convenience but flagged some workmanship issues, directing officials to rectify them promptly. The Chief Minister also reviewed air cargo terminal facilities, reaffirming the government's commitment to high-quality infrastructure and efficient airport operations. Now in national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said India's Nari Shakti has reached new heights through hard work and determination, urging collective efforts to further empower women. Addressing the Nari Shakti Vandan Sammelan, he said Parliament is set to create history with a landmark decision dedicated to women's empowerment through the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. The Prime Minister stressed that greater participation of women strengthens democracy, highlighting their contributions from the freedom struggle to leadership roles today.
शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम को लागू करना ऐसी सभी महिलाओं के जीवन का बहुत बड़ा अवसर बनने जा रहा है। अब पंचायत से आगे बढ़कर पार्लियामेंट पहुंचने का उनका सफर और आसान होने जा रहा है। साथियों, आज विकसित भारत की हमारी यात्रा में महिलाओं की भूमिका और भी अहम हो गई है। मुझे संतोष है कि 2014 में आप सबने देशवासियों ने हमें यहां सेवा करने का अवसर दिया है और तब से लेकर अब तक हमारी सरकार ने महिलाओं के जीवन चक्र के हर पड़ाव के लिए योजनाएं बनाई, उन्हें सफलतापूर्वक लागू किया। आज पहली सांस से लेकर आखिरी सांस तक हमारी सरकार कोई न कोई योजना लेकर के भारत की बहन बेटियों की सेवा में हाजिर है।
The nation paid homage to the martyrs of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, where hundreds were killed under the orders of Reginald Dyer in 1919. The tragedy remains a turning point in India's freedom struggle. President Draupadi Murmu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh paid tributes, remembering the courage and sacrifice of the martyrs. Leaders said the incident awakened the nation's conscience and continues to inspire generations to uphold freedom, justice and dignity. The last rites of legendary singer Asha Bhosle were held with full state honours at Shivaji Park in Mumbai today. She passed away yesterday at the age of 92 following illness. People paid their last respect at her residence in Lower Parel. A recipient of the Padma Vibhushan and Maharashtra Bhushan, she enjoyed a career spanning over 8 decades. Asha Bhosle worked with legends like O.P. Nair, R.D. Burman, Khayyam and A.R. Rahman, delivering iconic songs across genres and languages earning her the title of a true queen of versatility. And in international news, tensions escalated between the United States and Iran after failed talks in Islamabad, Pakistan over the Strait of Hormuz. US President Donald Trump announced a naval blockade targeting ships entering or leaving Iranian ports, triggering sharp reactions from Iran. Iran's Revolutionary Guard warned of deadly consequences, asserting full control over the strait and vowing strong retaliation against any military action. A 2-week ceasefire between Iran and the United States took effect on April 8th, followed by the holding of lengthy talks between the Iranian and the US delegations in Islamabad, which failed to lead to an agreement. Several Asian nations are taking urgent steps to stabilize fuel prices and secure energy supplies amid disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. Tensions escalated after Iran restricted navigation and Donald Trump announced US naval action following failed talks, triggering a global surge in oil prices. Vietnam has extended fuel tax cuts to ease economic pressure, while South Korea continues emergency measures to manage energy risk. Japan is releasing strategic oil reserves to meet demand but faces potential shortages of key materials affecting sectors like healthcare. Peter Magyar secured a landslide victory as his TISA party defeated Prime Minister Viktor Orban Fidesz in Hungary's elections. Celebrations erupted with supporters waving flags and lighting torches as Magyar addressed the crowd. With over 81% votes counted, the pro-EU TISA party won 137 seats, securing a 2/3 majority in the 199-member parliament. The election saw a record turnout of around 79%, marking a significant political shift in Hungary. And coming up are the sports news. Delegates arrived at Dimapur Airport and proceeded to Kohima for the Athletics Federation of India Annual General Meeting 2026. Nagaland is hosting the AGM for the first time, marking a historic milestone. Organized by the Nagaland Athletics Association, the event will be held from April 13th to 16th at Hotel Vivor, promoting unity and inclusivity in sports. Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu today felicitated state athletes for winning 11 medals, 6 gold, 1 silver, 4 bronze at the Khelo India Tribal Games 2026 in Chhattisgarh. Arunachal Pradesh secured 5th position among 30 states and union territories, emerging as the best performing state from the Northeast. Khandu praised the athletes' dedication and spirit at the flag-in ceremony, calling it a proud moment for the state. Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu said India has progressed in many sports but still has a long way to go in football. He emphasized that the Northeast, with its natural talent, can drive India's rise in the sport and proposed a dedicated regional Premier League to nurture local players. Khandu made the remarks while addressing the flag-in and felicitation ceremony of the state contingent for the Khelo India Tribal Games 2026.
हमने डिस्कस किया और हमने कहा कि वी शुड डिस्कस और अपना ऑल इंडिया फुटबॉल फेडरेशन के साथ में भी डिस्कस करके हम लोगों का यहाँ नॉर्थ ईस्ट में भी एक प्रीमियर लीग हम लोगों को शुरुआत करना चाहिए। एक विजन है कि बाकी स्पोर्ट्स में तो देश आगे बढ़ रहा है, फुटबॉल इज द ओनली सेक्टर वेयर आवर कंट्री इज स्टिल लैगिंग बिहाइंड, और फुटबॉल को आगे लेके जा पाने से नॉर्थ ईस्ट इज द सोल्यूशन। सो इसलिए मैं बाकी जो हमारा यूनिट्स है नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, उनका साथ में भी मैं एक स्पेशल मीटिंग करके फुटबॉल को और भी हम लोग आगे कैसे लेके जाना है, ताकि आने वाला नया जनरेशन जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट का होगा वो लोग बाद में नेशनल में खेल के फिर अपना सॉकर को पूरे वर्ल्ड कप लेवल तक लेके जाने का इस प्रकार का रोड मैप हम लोग तैयार करने में अभी लगा हुआ है। इस बार का ट्राइबल गेम्स में भी देखिए मेन वुमेन दोनों में हम लोग ने फुटबॉल में ब्रॉन्ज मेडल हासिल किया है। सो फुटबॉल इज द बेसिक फाउंडेशन ऑफ ऑल गेम्स। जो बच्चा छोटा होता है तो सबसे पहले फुटबॉल से ही शुरुआत होता है, तब जाके कोई एथलीट कोई उसमें वेट लिफ्टिंग में जाता है, कोई बॉक्सिंग में जाता है।
The weather report. First, let us take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature 30 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 52%, rainfall 1.6 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 15 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature 23 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 51%, rainfall 1.1 millimeters. Meanwhile, in Jawai, minimum temperature 16 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature 21 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 65%. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jawai says partly cloudy sky with moderate rain at many places. Before we wind up, here are the headlines once again. Shillong police conduct a major crackdown on alleged solicitation in Kindailat and surrounding areas, 16 detained. Former MLA Esmatur Mominin surrenders in Nongpok police station after weeks on the run over GHADC election unrest. Long pending demand for Mausanram subdivision nears reality as proposal moves to state cabinet. And Shat Sukman Museum culminates at Waking Ground with grand display of tradition, unity and youth participation. With that, we have come to the end of the news. Until we meet again tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Goodbye.